I'm going to be as transparent as possible, right? But I'm going to try to make it sound as cool as possible so I don't actually sound how I really feel. But I need to take a break. So the rest of this week, I'm not going to be trading. I've reached my mental capacity. I'm tired. Every morning I trade live, and everybody in the chat is just super supportive. So it's not you guys. It's just like the mental capacity it takes to trade in front of a bunch of people and be convicted in your plan, and even like taking losses. Even though it's okay, I'm still human, so it still kind of like hits a little bit, right? Like it's normal. So I just need a break, bro. I still have my combines, and another reason why I feel like I need to take a break is because I've been documenting this journey, and I blew up my accounts, my XFAs, within 2 days, and I had to let you guys know that I did that, but it didn't feel good, right? And I know that I got the skill set to make it to live again, but I don't want to blow up again, and I'm having doubtful thoughts that that might actually happen again. So I need to go ahead and build my confidence back up, take a break, back test a little bit more, and then I'll start trading my combines again and record it for you guys. But right now, I don't want to risk, fucking up the XFAs to come again. Okay, just due to this. So I got that out the way. Now with this video, I'm not going to really be talking about trading as far as technicals that much. What I want to talk about is some notes that I've been taking. There's this YouTube channel called Psychology of Profit that I've been watching, and it's just full of gems. And I've taken so many notes that I just want to go over it and talk about it with you guys, so you can, pretty much like a too long didn't read kind of thing. So the videos are about an hour long, sometimes even longer. So if you don't have the time to like really watch the videos, I'll try to hit the key points that were important to me in the video, and then we can take them from there. So the topic here is fear. Okay. So here's a few things that I wrote. It may be a little rough around the corners, but rough around the edges. But yeah. Number one, being wrong. Being wrong will always be a detriment to you because it's completely tied to your self-worth. Okay. So as long as you are looking at trading as a right or wrong game, as a win and loss game, as a finite game, then losing your trades will always hurt you. You actually have to sit down and understand and study probabilities. Like read books, watch videos on probabilities, thinking in probabilities. And also there's a book by Annie Duke, Thinking in Bets. You should read that book, or go on YouTube. If you don't want to read the book, she has Google Talks. She talks about the book. It's a great book. She has a lot of interviews and she breaks everything down. So you have to sit down and really study what probabilities are, really study what taking bets are, right? Study infinite games, because as long as you keep thinking of win and loss, profit and loss, you are bringing a basketball to a soccer field, bro. Like you're not playing the right game here. This is not a game of winning and losing. It's not sustainable. The longer you think about green days as money and red days as losing money, right? Profit and loss, win or loss, you're going to lose. I can't say that any more blunt. If wins and losses are affecting your self-worth, and wins or losses are affecting you emotionally, then you are still tied to wins and losses in a game based on probabilities where wins and losses don't matter. And as long as it has value, as long as you care about making money, as long as you care about losing money, as long as you care about profit and loss, win and loss, you will continue to struggle as a trader. You have to find solace and happiness and contentment and satisfaction in executing your system, your controllables, managing risk, proper entry, proper stop loss, proper profit target, and judge your green days and red days based on your execution and mastering consistency, because there is no difference between a successful trader and a consistent trader. There's no difference as long as you have a winning model or a winning edge. So being wrong is tied to self-worth. Losing money feels horrible because we relate money with safety, stability, status, and dreams. Like that's how we're going to reach our dreams. We need money is a very critical point. Okay. You got to get to a point where every trade that you enter, you have to let yourself know that I'm cool with this loss. If I lose this trade, the odds are in my favor. And if I lose, I know that I did everything I can and I'm cool with that. You have to get to that point where you actually are satisfied and you're content with taking a loss from trading a great trade and not being pissed that, you took a good trade and it didn't work out, because that just lets you know that you still believe in certainties and guarantees. And that's something that your brain wants that the trading game cannot give you. Okay. And that's why you act up. I just tweeted that. That's why I came off so smooth. So yeah, losing money is directly tied to safety, stability, status, and dreams. So that's why it hurts so bad. But you have to learn how to detach from that and really be in love with your execution and how you perform as a trader. Missing out, right? Fear of missing out. That means if you see a move taken off without you because you doubted your system or doubted the signal, or you wasn't just sure, then that means you're still in a scarcity mindset in an abundant game. The market is full of opportunities. Do you know that? Absolutely. Do you believe that? No. Because if you did, then there would be no fear of missing out, because you know that the next opportunity is right around the corner. If you miss a bus, would you be pissed? Not really, because you know another one's coming. It's unfortunate that you have to wait, but I don't think that you should be mad. You know what I'm saying? Or you should be nervous that another bus will never, ever come again. Okay. Same thing with trading. Leaving money on the table. This is where greed and ungratefulness come into play. You will always leave money on the table. Like, we don't know how far the market is going to go. We don't know. And until the day that you know exactly at the specific price, at the specific tick, exactly what price is going to stop and reverse, if you know that, then you should hold yourself accountable with leaving money on the table. But if you don't know that, and you never will, then it doesn't matter, bro. Take your chunk, be grateful, you stuck to your system, and be greedy, but make sure it's like a healthy greed. You know what I'm saying? So if it's like, for me, I'm healthy. I'm naturally a greedy trader, but I'm a healthy greedy, meaning I'm not the whole, Tanner gets on my ass about this, but the whole don't be a dick for a tick, like cut your trade if it's right next to your profit target because it might turn around. I don't give a fuck. I want all of mine. Like, I didn't backtest all these hours to cut my trades early and also tell myself that, subconsciously, I don't trust my system. That's what you do when you cut early. You subconsciously telling yourself that you don't trust your system. So I'm going to be greedy in a healthy way. If my profit target is 1,000 points away, but I backtested this and I understand the risk, I need my 1,000 points. Like, I need that, right? Like, I'm going to be greedy in a healthy way. Now, if you start being greedy outside of your take profit parameters, then that's a bad greedy, and you're going to go downhill. So all of this to say, you have to make peace with risk. You got to make peace with risk, bro. Like, you should be able to ask yourself, how much am I willing to lose to figure out if this is going to work? You should be able to ask yourself, do I have an edge here? What is the odds of this playing out? Are the odds in my favor? Am I confident in this? This is looking good. You have to ask yourself, or not even ask yourself, like really sit there and say, and be dead serious. I'm okay with losing this. If I lose this was a good try, and I would have done this 1,000 times over. That's another question. Would you have taken that trade 1,000 times over? These questions are the questions that will induce the type of mindset that you need in order to be a great trader. All right. So here's the key thing. Just a simple one-liner. Every trade is a bet. That's it. It's not a guarantee. It's not a certainty. Your brain desires certainties. Your brain desires guarantees, but that's something trading can't give it. And that's why you act up. That's why you go on tilt. That's why I go on tilt. That's why, all of these things happen, is because we haven't made peace with the fact that there's risk and uncertainties, right? We haven't fully aligned ourselves with the actual game of trading, which is I will win some and lose some. The short-term fluctuations are completely random, but the long-term probabilities are predictable. That's the thing, right? So how can you navigate through uncertainty, and how can you master consistency? You have to develop belief. We know like there's a difference between knowledge and belief. Like, knowledge is, I know not to overtrade. I know I shouldn't do this. I know that I shouldn't over leverage. I know I shouldn't go on tilt. You know what you're not supposed to do. You know what you're supposed to do. But why is there so much friction, and within you that you can't do it, even though you know it's because you don't believe in it. Okay. Long story short, you don't believe in it. So how do we get to developing our beliefs? Conviction is the bridge between knowledge and execution. So you got to have conviction in your plan. You got to define your edge and ask the question, will this work? And if you don't know if this will work, then you need to backtest 1,000 times, figure out the stats. If it's positive expectancy, don't try to do more to it if you understand the expectancy, and just get better at that kick. Get better at your execution, right? If your ATM machine works, then you need to make sure that you can deliver on your end consistently. You have to be emotionally sound or emotionally neutral long enough for probabilities to play out, because your emotions is the only thing that ruins consistency. And that's exactly what your system needs to bring you to whatever goal that you're going for and the reason why you started trading in the first place. Okay. Now, like I said, conviction is the bridge between knowledge and execution. You got to be convicted. You got to trust your plan. And the only way that you can trust it is if you build a relationship with it, just like a normal person, right? Like if you think of your plan just like your girlfriend, your boyfriend, your husband, your wife, your best friend, your siblings, your parents, whoever's your loved ones, whoever's close to you, or any relationship that you've ever had in the past, you trusted certain people because you got to know them inside and out. How did you get to know them? You didn't swap out and find different people and say, oh, I met Lawrence. Let me get to know Lawrence more by meeting Johnny. Like, no, you chilled with Lawrence. We kicked it. We got to know each other. We spent a lot of time together. We've been through ups and downs, wins and losses together, and you stuck by me. And that's how we began to trust each other, because through wins and losses, we will always come out on top. And that's how you got to look at your trading plan every single time. Okay. And the thing is, it's okay to feel tension, anxiety, and pressure, right? But the fact of the matter is you can't act on it. So over time, right? Years, these things will start to subside once you develop a healthy and intimate relationship with your plan, where you know it like the back of your hand by back testing 1,000 or thousands of times and then applying it in the live market, staying emotionally neutral long enough for probabilities to play out. And you can see that your system actually works, so you can bear the fruits of your labor. During those times, it's okay to feel tension, anxiety, and pressure. Just don't act on it. And they will start to subside. They won't go away, but they'll subside over time. Okay. But every time you find a new system, you start over, and they won't subside, and it's going to take even longer. Okay. One thing that I saw in this video that was so profound to me: in order for you to be a successful trader, and this has everything to do with psychology, these successful traders stay calm during their trades, not because the market is predictable, but because I am. Listen to that. The successful traders stay calm during their trades, not because the market is predictable. The market is completely random. We don't know what's going to happen next, nor do we need to know, but it's completely random, short-term fluctuations. And because of that, that's why you're so edgy and so anxious. But the successful traders stay calm because we're not betting that we can predict what the market is going to do, and we're certain what the market is going to do. I know that I can predict what I'm going to do, and how certain I am, and how I'm going to react when certain events, actions, and occurrences happen, or certain market conditions occur. When certain things happen, I know how I'm going to react. I'm predictable, and that's why I stay calm. So that just goes on to say, you need to learn about yourself. Study yourself. Study yourself. Exactly at what point, what action, what trigger, what occurrence in the market has to happen for you to go on tilt, get mad, feel cheated, go for redemption, revenge trade, X, Y, and Z. What triggers you? And learn it. And you got to learn it, bro. You got to be very close with your demons, bro. Keep your friends close, your enemies closer. Okay. And I wouldn't even see that part. I wouldn't even say that part of you is an enemy. It's just y'all on two different pages, and you need to spend time with that side of you to a point where y'all can get on the same page. Because whenever you say that you're fearful, or you're greedy, or you're going for redemption, and you're going to revenge trade, the reason why you're doing it, if you write down every reason why you do trading errors or irrational shit, it's going to be for your best interest, which goes to show that bad side of you is not against you. It's with you. It's just going about it differently, right? Like if you revenge trade, you're just trying to make up for what you think lost. I mean, if you lost something and I went out and went to go find it to help give it back to you, you would look at me as a true friend. Just saying. So I'm going to hit you with a smooth 3-liner. Accept risk, stop needing to win, make peace with worst case scenario. How many of you mark out the worst case scenario out loud, verbally, before you take a trade and say, I accept this outcome. This is the worst thing that's going to happen. And this opportunity is worth me possibly going through this worst case scenario. And if it happens, I'm cool with it. You got to have that level of acceptance, like deeply, like that level of acceptance. Here's something else that the video showed me. A list of characteristics or actions, the difference between unsuccessful and successful traders. The unsuccessful traders are loud. The successful traders are quiet. The unsuccessful traders try to make money today, right now. I need money right now. And then the successful traders, they grow their equity financially and mentally. Okay. The unsuccessful trader chases the market like a hoe. The successful trader let the market check off their boxes. They allow the market to come to them. They're confident and they're seductive, and they wait for the market to bring them their profits. Okay. Like, you got to trade on your terms. Don't go in there chasing the market. Be the person that the market wants to come to and present opportunities to, for you to recognize those opportunities and manage your behaviors properly. And I'm going to go ahead and wrap this up with the last few lines. Every trade is a test of self-awareness. Real courage is actually letting go. Understand that. Every trade is a test of self-awareness, and real courage is letting go. All right. Like, once you lose, can you just let it go? Once you win, can you just let it go? The outcome in general, can you just let it go? Being cautious is greater than being brave and over leveraging and taking a trade. Don't try to be brave, bro. Be cautious. Being cautious is greater than being brave. And the last thing, size kills confidence. And if you don't have confidence in an uncertain game with no guarantees, you're going to do something that's going to take yourself out. So I hope my notes helped you a lot, gave you some perspective, and I'll see you on the next one.